What's happening, everybody? Trey here, joined as always by my dad, Sean, and today reactions to the classics. We got a unique little song battle brought to us by a patron and friend, supporter of the channel, Fran. Fran, appreciate you bringing this to us because it's the EMIGRATION song battle today, and we're going to be looking at the Pogues song "Thousands Are Sailing" against the song "Kilkelly" by Mick Moloney. So that's going to be an interesting little battle here. Yes. I haven't heard either of these songs. Well, we've done a Pogues top 10 actually for Fran, but don't know any Mick Moloney or Jimmy Keane who did the Kilkelly song. Before we get into it though, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that big red subscribe button, and if you'd like to maybe have us do a song battle, you can check out our Patreon page down below. But I guess all that to say, man, let's just dive into this one.
Let's do it.
We're gonna start with the Pogues track "Thousands Are Sailing," 5.5 minutes long, consists of two 16-line verses and 3 occurrences of a chorus that varies each time. And ironically enough, this was not written by the great Shane MacGowan.
No, it was by Phil Chevron, so that is surprising.
Yeah, their lead guitarist here. So
got the great Steve Lillywhite at producing.
And this comes off of their 1988 record, "If I Should Fall From Grace with God." A couple of those tracks appeared on our Pogues top 10, man. So really kind of grew to enjoy the Pogues quite a bit.
Definitely.
So looking forward to this one. And for those that don't know, emigration is when you're leaving your country.
Emigrate is to come to the country. Emigration is to leave.
Get on out of there. So I guess the Pogues will be scooting on out of here. So let's see what we got. As always, we're going to have the lyrics pulled up on our respective computers. Listen to this one, enjoy it, and then we'll get to the Kilkelly track, and then at the end, see which one we liked more. So thank you to Fran.
Thanks, Fran. Always.
The island, it is silent now, but the ghosts still haunt the waves. And a torch lights up a famished man who fortune could not save. Did you work upon the railroads? Did you ride the streets of crime? Were your dollars from the White House? Were they from the 5 and dime? Did the old songs start to cheer you, and did they still make you cry? Did you count the months and years, or did your teardrops quickly dry? I know that it was not to be on a copping ship. I came here and I never even got so far that they could change my name. Thousands are sailing across the western ocean to a land of opportunity that some of them will never see. Fortune prevailing across the western ocean, the bellies full, the spirits free, they'll break the chains of power.
Really enjoying this musically, man.
Oh, yeah.
Fitting well with Shane's vocal delivery, as always.
In Manhattan's desert twilight, in the dead of afternoon, we stepped hand in hand on Broadway, like the first man on the moon. And a blackbird broke the silence as you whistled, it's so sweet. And then Brendan Behan's footsteps, I danced up and down the street. And we said goodnight to Broadway, giving it our best regards. Took our hats to Mr. Cohen, dear old Times Square's favorite bird. Then we raised the glass, the JFK, and a dozen more besides. When I got back to my empty room, I suppose I must have cried. Thousands are sailing again across the ocean, with a hand of opportunity, just tickets and a lottery. Postcards were mailing with skyward skies and oceans, from rooms that daylight never sees, and lights don't glow on Christmas trees. And we dance to the music and we dance. Thousands are sailing across the western ocean, with a hand of opportunity, trust tickets and a lottery. Wherever we go, we celebrate the land that makes us refugees from fear of grace, with empty place, from guilt and weeping effigies. Now we dance to the music and we dance.
Wow. Killer track here. Thousands Are Sailing by the Pogues, man. Whew. Really, really strong song lyrically. So shout out to Philip Chevron for bringing this, man, because I just really thought there were a lot of advanced technique songwriting in this one, especially kind of what I think shifting perspectives from past people that were immigrating to people that are nowadays immigrating to the United States.
Right.
So I really enjoyed this one. What about you, Dan?
I did too. I thought the lyricism was fantastic. I thought musically it was fantastic as well. Instrumentally, arrangement. It's just one of those Pogues tunes, as we learned on their top 10. They are just tremendous musicians all the way around. And even though it had, a serious subject, it's still, that type of sound.
Yeah.
Still elicits just a fun feeling to it.
Well, diving in to the lyrics a little bit, we start off, "The island is silent now." Also, I thought Shane had a good performance. It wasn't like over the top or anything. I think he brought just the right amount of energy and grace to a track like this.
Yeah, because you can't go quite all in. That's a good point.
The island is silent now, but the ghosts still haunt the waves, and the torch lights up a famished man whom fortune could not save. Here in the States, what's the most famous kind of place where immigrants would come? Ellis Island in New York. So I that's kind of what I'm thinking here, especially
torch lights up.
Yeah, and the waves, Ellis Island surrounded by the water. Then he kind of goes through what this man went through.
Yep.
And kind of asking him questions here. Our protagonist says, "Did you work upon the railroad? Did you rid the streets of crime? Were your dollars from the White House? Were they from the 5 and dime?" And then this immigrant kind of notes, "No," he says, "'twas not to be. On a coffin ship I came here, and I never even got so far that they could change my name." I thought that was a kind of a heartbreaking line. Then we go into the first instance of our chorus.
Yeah, just thousands are sailing across the Western Ocean to a land of opportunity that some of them will never see. Fortune prevailing across the Western Ocean. Their bellies full, their spirits free. They'll break the chains of poverty and they'll dance. And just a point, like if you're in the UK, then the Western Ocean is the Atlantic. For us in the
Yeah.
U.S., it's the Eastern Ocean. So just depending on where you're watching this, so there's not confusion there.
And the line there, to the land of opportunity that some will never see. I just thought either where they're going to die on the ship coming in, or that opportunity, you know, maybe America wasn't all it was built up.
Exactly.
Whenever they came over here, and then we kind of shift to a more modern day sense, or just another immigrant here, where they noted we raised a glass to JFK, so now we're in the 60s.
Yep.
We have and a dozen more besides. Then we get another heartbreaking line. When I got back to my empty room, I suppose I must have cried. Making friends, making connections, especially if you're coming over by yourself, very tough. Then we get the chorus coming in again, kind of noting the expectations versus reality. Postcards we're mailing of sky blue skies and oceans from rooms the daylight never sees, where lights don't glow on Christmas trees. But we dance to the music and we dance.
Yeah, I thought that was great as well. I was going to point that out, so you beat me to it.
So just a very strong song, man. I really enjoyed this one. Man, friend, this should have made your top 10 list on the Pogues.
No joke,
Where you at? I'm kidding, of course. And now we're gonna go to the track "Kilkelly" by Mick Moloney, Jimmy Keane, and Robbie O'Connell here. And this track, as I mentioned earlier, was first written and composed by American songwriter Peter Jones, actually. Again, we're going to look at the Irish, telling the story of an Irish family whose son immigrated to America.
Yep, exactly. So that ought to be a nice...
And covers the time period from 1860 to 1892. So we're going to throw it back again.
Kilkelly, Ireland, 1860, my dear and loving son John. Your good friend, the schoolmaster Pat McNamara, so good as to write these words down. Your brothers have all gone to find work in England. The house is so empty and sad. Crop of potatoes is sorely infected, a third to a half of them bad. And your sister Bridget and Patrick O'Donnell are going to be married in June. Your mother says not to work on the railroad, and be sure to come on home soon. Kilkelly, Ireland, 1870, my dear and loving son John. Hello to your missus and to your 4 children, and may they grow healthy and strong. Michael has got in a wee bit of trouble, I suppose that he never will learn. Because of the dampness there's no turf to speak of, and now we have nothing to burn. Bridget is happy, you named a child for her, although she's got 6 of her own. You say you found work, but you don't say what kind, or when you will be coming home.
I do enjoy how we're just skipping time here through every stanza.
Yes.
I think that's a really cool technique in its own right, man. Kind of like the Pogues track, we're taking us through time here.
Kilkelly, Ireland, 1880, dear Michael and John, my sons. I'm sorry to give you the very sad news that your dear old mother has gone. We buried her down at the church in Kilkelly your brothers and Bridget were there. Don't have to worry, she died very quickly. Remember her in your prayers. And it's so good to hear that Michael's returning. With money he's sure to buy land. For the crop has been poor and the people are selling any price that they can.
That classic Irish musicianship, baby. Just put you right in the period.
Kilkelly, Ireland, 1890, my dear and loving son John. I suppose that I must be close on 80. It's 30 years since you've gone.
Time flies.
Because of all of the money you sent me, I'm still living out on my own. Michael has built himself a fine house, and Bridget's daughters are grown. And thank you for sending your family picture. They're lovely young women and men. You say that you might even come for a visit. What joy to see you again. Kilkelly, Ireland, 1892. My dear brother John, I'm sorry I didn't write sooner to tell you that Father passed on. He was living with Bridget, she says he was cheerful and healthy right down to the end. You should have seen him playing with the grandchildren of Pat McNamara, your friend. And we buried him alongside of Mother down at Kilkelly churchyard. He was a strong and a feisty old man, considering his life was so hard. And it's funny the way he kept talking about you. He called for you at the end. Oh, why don't you think about coming to visit? We'd all love to see you again.
Kilkelly, aptly named from Kilkelly in Ireland, and whew, that was a unbelievable just example of songwriting there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more.
And this, I failed to mention at the start, this is actually based kind of on a true story. Peter Jones, the guy that wrote it, has an interesting little backstory. Here he actually found in the late 70s, early 80s, a collection of century-old letters in his parents' attic. Letters had been sent by his great-great-great-grandfather, Byron Hunt, to his son, John Hunt, who had immigrated from, where else? Kilkelly, to the U.S. in 1855 and worked on the railroad, which this song kind of delves out. So that's kind of neat that Peter Jones was able to write this from stuff that's kind of true, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like you said, it just starts out, I mean, it just tells the story of everything that happened, you know? Your good friend, the schoolmaster, Pat McNamara, is so good. He wrote, you know, the first lines, Kilkelly, Ireland, 18 and 60, my dear and loving son. Then the Pat McNamara, who I read, the son who he wrote the letters to was illiterate, so Pat McNamara like told him what the letter said, so he gets to throw out in these. Your brothers have all gone find work in England. The house is so empty and sad. Everything's going bad. The crop potatoes sorely infected. A third to a half of them bad. And he talks about your sisters are going to be married. Your sister's going to be married. Your mother says not to work on the railroad because those were dangerous things during that time. And be sure to come home soon.
And then second verse, we skip ahead. Later. 10 years, Michael's having a wee bit of trouble. In England, it was a little tough. Well, I like it because we kind of update every single person's life as we go through. Because now Bridget's happy. In the first verse, she was about to be married. Now she named a child, or rather, you named a child for her. So, the son that's in the States named a child for Bridget. Bridget now's got 6.
So in those 10 years, man, Bridget got to work.
Back in the day, man, they pumped out those children, man. And then so the main son found work. Then we skip ahead.
Asking him to come home again.
Yeah, we skip ahead then to 1880. And unfortunately, here we get some bad news. The mother has passed away.
Yeah. She's already buried because, back then, you're trying to communicate. It's not like you can say, you got to come home for the funeral. It's all long done with, man.
And then Michael's returning with money. He's going to look to buy land. And then we skip ahead to 1890 now. And father's still writing to John. And it's been 30 years now since John has left, man. Time definitely flies, especially back then, man.
And they're sending money because I'm sending the money. Good. You send. I'm still living out on my own. Michael's built himself a fine house. Bridget's daughters have all grown. Send his family picture. And then you say that you might even come for a visit. What joy to see you again.
And then, unfortunately, just 2 years later, we have it now addressed from the brother to John. And I'm sorry I didn't write to tell you sooner that father has passed. He was living with Bridget, so Bridget seemed to turn out as a good person, man, taking in the old man. And he was playing with the grandchildren. Pat McNamara, who all the way back in 1860 was writing those letters, buried next to mother. Again, now the brother's asking John to, hey, why don't you think of come visiting again, man? So, wow, 2 really, really strong tunes here.
For sure.
It'll take us now to our winner. What are you feeling?
Got to be Kilkelly. I can't believe after the Pogues, I was thinking now.
I know, man.
Song, but it just keeps you, enthralled the entire time. It's just fantastic.
No, I'm going to add both of these to my, like songs list on Spotify, man.
That's not downplaying the Pogues at all, but Kilkelly was like something.
But I got to go Kilkelly as well, Dad. I just, the songwriting, one of the best songs I think we've reacted to this year, just lyrically based.
Agreed.
I thought it was just so unique.
And the instrumentation's dialed back because it should be on a song like that. Obviously, the Pogues instrumentation was better, but everything was exactly how it should be.
Yeah, so I want to shout out Fran for bringing us a unique battle, a battle that I think a lot of people will enjoy, especially if you're from Ireland, man. I know we got a lot of people in that neck of the woods that watch our videos. Always appreciate that, and of course we want to hear from you. Let us know what your winner is down below. Be sure to show Fran some love. As always, Dad, appreciate it.
Definitely.
And until next time, y'all, thanks for watching. Happy listening, and we will see you.